welcome to today's edition of BDTV Match Center. And in fact, it's a sad one for football fans globally and here in Nigeria. And it's sad. I must confess, it's sad. The tragic death of Portugal star and Liverpool star Diogo Jota and our own beloved Peter Rufai. Same happened on Thursday, same day. It's tragic, but well, that's life, and it's sad. Welcome to today's edition. I'm so sorry I was so emotional. With me here on the studio is Ibrahim Abubakar. How are you today, Ibrahim?
I'm doing fine, thank you. It's so good to be back, even though it's not under a good circumstance, but life goes on.
Life goes on. Anthony, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, so sad. And for many of us who are football fans, the news of Diogo Jota's death, came so shocking. And for a young lad like that, with a lot of prospect, just had, just wedded his wife, and after like 3 kids, about 2 weeks thereafter, died in a tragic car accident with his brother. And I don't know, for the Portuguese national team, for the Portuguese, and for Liverpool and English fans, it's a sad one. And Ibrahim, I know you're a Chelsea fan, but you're not happy.
No. So being a fan of any club is not what is even important right now. So the football world just lost a superstar, a talent, and a very young one at that, at 28, with 3 lovely kids and a wife. And like you said, he just got wedded some weeks back. It's not even up to a month yet, and you'd expect him to live the life, get to 30-something, go to Saudi, MLS, retire, go to a country farmhouse with his family, do his thing, but it wasn't to be. Thursday was not a very good day for the football world, losing such talent to a car accident. It's so sad. Very.
So Anthony, for Liverpool now, I don't know what's in their mind for Ancelotti, because apparently he's in his scheme of things for the new season and all of that. And again, going, like what he said Jota will be remembered for what he has done for at Liverpool and all of that. And you feel, I know he'll be missed, but God. If you're Ancelotti now, is it to just, they need to fill the void left for Jota, and what does that loss mean for Liverpool fans?
So I think it's a very sad one to start with. Jota has been very pivotal to Ancelotti's title win this previous season. He was the one who opened scoring for Ancelotti during the first game, Ancelotti's first game. Jota was the one who opened the scoring, which was a good one. Liverpool has also done well by retiring the number 20 shirt, which is basically something that a team should do at this particular point in time for such an amazing player like Diogo Jota. He's someone that started well as a child as age 16 in his boyhood club in Portugal. And he rose to the ranks and all of that, and he found himself in Wolves. Then from there he found himself in Liverpool as well, although he was in Atletico Madrid, but Atletico Madrid didn't use him, and before they loaned him to Wolves, and from there he picked up his form and all of that. So definitely Diogo Jota has been very pivotal for Ancelotti, but then again they need to look forward. They need to look forward to, because as earlier mentioned to him, this is something that the whole team should look forward to. They shouldn't allow this to get to them, and they should allow them. This should at least, if not for anything, they should use this as a momentum to build towards the next season, to at least win a trophy in honor of Diogo Jota. How do they do that? They need to go to the market. They need to sort people who are as good or even better than him, and also to replace. So the whole fan base, even though they miss his presence, they wouldn't they won't falter. And the team will not falter as well. So basically, it's going to be a hard one on the team in general, also especially the fans as well, because they love Diogo Jota, as the world is a very quiet person. and a very very loving footballer. The Portuguese team as well will also miss him as well. So definitely, it's a one that Liverpool would also have to find someone in the market to replace, to fill in that front row, and try and march forward. Just it's a painful one.
It's a painful one. Ibrahim, Liverpool, the Premier League champions, and then heading into the new season with this kind of sad news. Do you think the team is better prepared to defend the trophy? Do you think this will have a serious emotional and psychological, shift, especially in the mind of the players and in the mind of the coach, because it's not easy, and the season is starting just next month, and for you to get to recover from a loss, somebody that would, they share the same dressing room and all of that, so you just look at where his jersey shirt is always on, you can't find it again. It takes time, and do you think that this will not be a setback for Liverpool in their bid to defend the Premier League title next season?
So personally, I think it's a double-edged sword. Losing a player who has been with you since 2020, this should be the 5th year at the club, and he's won a Premier League, I think an FA Cup and 2 Carabao Cups with Liverpool. So it's written his name in the book of history for the club. And like you said, next month is when the league is starting, and you would have expected an Ancelotti to put the guy in his plan, in his scheme. And he's proven himself over time that he could play at the top of the echelon of any competition at all. And he's just coming back from the UEFA Nations League too, winning that competition too.
Yeah, Portugal.
It will affect the team. Now it will now bother to how they react to this news, to this development. Will they make it like a moment? Will it be a driver for them to win something at the end of the season, or will it weigh them down? It's like someone who wants to train how to swim. You either drown, or you find yourself actually swimming. So it won't be easy. It won't be easy because anybody they're bringing in now, we have to start afresh. It's not like someone who has been there for 5 years, who should be with the manager now for the 2nd year and probably be part of the team and part of the plan of the manager. You bring in someone new. It's a tough one. It's a tough one because you've already brought like 2 or 3 players into the team to work around with this guy, and now you're losing someone who was an integral part of the Liverpool winning title team last season. It will affect the team. I just hope it doesn't weigh them down so much that they lose focus on actually getting something done for themselves and also for the guy as a means of memory.
Yeah, again, like I said during the start of the show, while we are still mourning Diogo Jota, the news also broke about Super Eagles legendary goalkeeper Peter Rufai, fondly called Dodo Mayana during his active days with the national team. And for us, it was like, God, what is this again? A very, very dark day, as football enthusiasts and all of that. Watching Peter Rufai those days at the national team, he won the Nations Cup with the Super Eagles. He was at the World Cup. In fact, he made people see the US 94 team as the best squad Nigeria has ever produced. And he's dead. What you think? For us, it will be largely missed. And for Nigerian football, what do you think this is for us and all of that?
So I'd say first, he's no longer in active service. However, I can't take away what he has done for the country. So it's literally a little bit not the same as Diogo Jota. However, if someone 61 is also still very young. He should be doing at least 80, 90 or 100. They will say, okay, call to glory. This shouldn't be a call to glory. So it will affect the national team, because then you have to do things to make sure that he's remembered. Then again, our culture needs to also change from remembering people after their death to remembering them when they're still alive, taking care of them. He was ill, according to reports.
Yes, he was ill.
So it was ill. And it's not a brief illness. It was something that has been recurring and all of that. If you listen to some of his former teammates talk about these things, so it's appalling, and it's also very, very saddening to see that someone of that magnitude, of that importance to the Nigerian football history will be missed. And the likes of Eyama, the likes of these goalkeepers that we currently have. I'm sure some of them at some point looked up to him, coming into the national team in 1981, playing the friendly game, and also winning the silver AFCON for 1984 and thereabout, before going to win the gold. It tells on his character as a person and as a goalkeeper. And I honestly wish the family well, and also that the NFF and our stakeholders in the league, in the country, in the football country, in this part of the world, will take welfare of
welfare,
past,
and
present, and even the future, very seriously, so that things like this, we get hold of. If it's something that can be managed, let's manage it. If it's something that it's out of hand, this is out of hand, we can't control this, but these are some of the things that we put in place. I can assure you, some players are still there right now saying that the money that these people have promised us, we've not gotten.
I'm sure.
The land that these people have promised us, we've not gotten.
Owned by,
So it tells on what is a Nigerian life, not even a Nigerian that is a more or less like a statue to the country, a Nigerian, and having Nigeria, what is the life worth to our government and our federation? So I hope the family, come out of this good, and wish them well. But I think we also need to have a lot to do on our hand as a nation.
You're very correct, Anthony. I was going to ask, because like what he rightly mentioned, a lot of our ex-internationals, we don't even know what they're going to currently and all of that, and many of them are, a lot of times, many of them are being owed by the federation, maybe past bonuses and all of that. They're not well taken care of and all of that. Maybe perhaps if the news has broke that, okay, this person is going through this and all of that, maybe there could be some means of trying to do some sort of, saving him and all of that. And I think, do you think the government or the federation needs to do more as regards? Because for me, he's a national legend. You can't talk about Nigerian football today without mentioning, or one of the big top 3 or top 5 goalkeepers we have, or top 3 goalkeepers, without mentioning Peter Rufai. And just like that. And sometimes I look at some of our ex-international, it's like, what is all this? I think do you think the government needs to do more in terms of looking after these guys, because they are motivation for our young ones and all of that. They can be sometimes all this pep talk to all these young guys. All of these guys, they take motivation watching them and all of that. It's okay, I want to be like Dodo, mayana, I want to be like Peter Rufai. And for me, it's a big one. And then, what do you think the government needs to do to avert some of this? Death is inevitable. Like what we said, 61 years is very young, very young age.
So what I think is there needs to be like a structure in terms of how we see our past players. Because if you look at Europe, you see especially in England, we see people who have played for England in the past. They are being set up by podcasts, or they're set up by maybe working in the Ministry of Sports, or maybe in the NFF, whereby they can at least get more. They can get salaries. They can get
after football.
After football. So it's like an investment after football. Not just, yes, you can have your different investment after playing for different clubs and you come back and invest. But then again, what I think is owed to our legends is just give them a platform whereby they can be active. And also train the young ones. So how can this happen? Put them in the NFF. There are some places whereby these people they have seen that they played on the field already. Yes. Let them be at the offices. Let them know, okay, because they've seen the experience already. How can they now impact from the offices to the field? Not just bringing anybody and putting them in the NFF because you know them is your brother or your sister. They put them in an office in the NFF to control some, and before you know what's going on, they don't know the aspects of what it entails to take care of the football federation in the country. That's why we see NFF lagging. That's why we are where we are right now, because there is no people who are supposed to who have been there on the field of play, have given their blood and sweat for the country, are nowhere to be seen in the NFF, are nowhere to be seen even in podcasts and in the media to talk about things that of the interest of the Nigerian Football Federation. So I think that's what the government needs to do. It needs to open, or there needs to be more opportunities for our legends to at least show and speak about the football, and at least say and do and maybe bring in more opportunities, and just create a stable ecosystem for our sports in Nigeria.
Yeah, it's so sad. Rufai had 17 years, playing for the national team, active football, and for me, it's a sad one. And then we hope that those in authority, the administration, is hearing that there is need for us to do more as regards, for our legends, because these people, they've played, they've seen it all. Their knowledge, impacting it to the younger ones, will help grow our football. And so it's a sad one. It's a sad one. It's a sad one. And we hope that the family will just, go find a way to, console them. And it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. I will pray that this never happen again to our football again, and the federation or the government or whoever is in charge do what is needful. Henceforth, looking after this legend. If you don't hear from this guy 1 month, 2 weeks, how are you? How are you doing? Keep in touch. That could have helped. So sad. So sad. God damn it. Guys, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
This is how much we can go on for this show. We hope you've enjoyed it. And anyway you are, just keep safe and be happy. Thank you. God bless you.